This episode of Going in Raw is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you ever felt like your brain was getting in its own way? I did when I started dealing with severe anxiety in my mid-20s, and I turned to therapy so I could figure out what was holding me back and get my brain to work for me rather than against me.
If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's completely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. All you got to do to get started is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched up with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
So make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/raw today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. On today's episode, we're talking about AEW Collision. We're talking about Collison. We're talking about AEW. I'm sorry, WWE. Smack you and your Collison joke.
I've done it a while.
Damn it. It's been months. We're talking about a WWE Smackdown, including the return of Bianca Belair. Do this, Larson.
No, I'm not going to do that because I'm excited about Bianca's return. I like Bianca a lot. She's great.
I love Bianca. She's great. I popped big when she made her return, but a lot of people like,
I'm not going to do that. No way.
So we're going to talk about all that. But first, Larson, this is very exciting. We got ourselves Punk Daily. Punk Daily today. Today. All right, man. So, but this is huge because
there's a lot to work through here. There's a lot.
Not only do we've got the return of TNA, and is it possible that Pepsi Phil, Chicago Man P, CM Punk is going to be debuting for TNA upon their first Hard to Kill pay-per-view? Whoa,
I don't know.
The possibilities are endless.
Let's talk about it after we get the info. We need the info first. So Impact Wrestling was kind of the talk of the wrestling world for the first time in a long time this weekend. And yes, by all accounts, this weekend's Bound for Glory pay-per-view on Saturday was a pretty huge success, but what really got people talking is what they announced at the end of the show. And that is, starting with the first pay-per-view of 2024, January's Hard to Kill, Impact. Going to rebrand back to TNA. That means Total Nonstop Action is back. So, with that rebrand, no six-sided ring, though, apparently. That's not coming back.
Yeah, well, before you do that, I mean, that's sort of a big deal. Like, that was a thing. That was a TNA thing, man. I think Hulk Hogan got rid of it. What did you, are you sad there's no six-sided ring? Seems dangerous, I'll be honest with you.
It does. It seems like, hey, I've been wrestling most of my life at a four-sided ring and now I have to adjust to a ring with two extra sides.
Right, yeah.
That's like a brand new sport, it seems like.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
Imagine if baseball, if everything was a circle, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be brand new. It'd be tough. It'd be tough to adjust. No, just let people wrestle. They've been
Six
trained
bases
to wrestle
now. Oh, what?
Too much. It's too much running. Do I have to go
Running
halfway
into
to center
fourth
field to
base.
make it to second base or third base? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, not a fan. Although it's fun seeing it on occasion, like when they would do it in AAA. It's fun.
Don't they still
On
do
occasion.
it? AAA is strictly a six-sided ring, I think, isn't it? I think it is.
Maybe.
Which case, but that's what they do. Like, that's just their thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is if that's what they do and the wrestlers are used to that, all right. Just be consistent. That's the only thing I ask. Be consistent.
Yeah.
Anyways, so, Impact has done a heck of a job of ridding itself of the stigma, the old stigma of TNA Impact.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And hats off to Scott D'Amore. We talk a lot about the fantastic job he's done in terms of rehabilitating Impact's image, in the span of 4 or 5 years. And now they think the time where the Impact's image is such a good place that they're going to rebrand to TNA. Now, I just mentioned that there has been for a while a stigma attached with TNA, but if there's a lot of nostalgia also for the good of TNA.
Mm-hmm, yeah, sure.
A lot of people rightly bash on the Hogan Bischoff years, on the Russo years, on a lot of what Dixie Carter did while she was leading TNA. There was a lot of bad creative, but there's a lot of really good matches. There was some good stuff from the creative side of things. Mm-hmm. You had Kurt Angle wrestling out of his mind.
Well,
for a good stretch, you had AJ and Samoa Joe establishing themselves on a national stage. There was just a lot of good stuff. You had 100 Jeff Jarrett's.
In my personal opinion, there is one word that explains why TNA is coming back. One word: deadlock. Them dudes have done more to rehabilitate the image of old school TNA than anybody. I cannot tell you how many times I've gone on Twitter and I've seen any of them dudes, whether it's James, Tony, or John, tweeting out old mainly James, clips of old school TNA and showing us just how much fun it really was. And I hadn't really, I'm sure plenty of people maybe fell into place after that, but those dudes are in my opinion, are solely responsible for the return of TNA because they absolutely did rehabilitate the image of it. And you love to see it. You really do love to see it.
Yeah, you do. I remember one of the first times we met James, he was talking about some old TNA stuff.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
To other people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. No, you're right. You're right. The Deadlock guys have done a lot in terms of bringing up, talking about, showing some of the classic, funny, notable moments from TNA's past. Absolutely.
And I'm not saying that just because they sent me a brand new batch of merchandise.
Yeah. Mine just showed up a little bit ago.
You'll be seeing over the next couple of weeks for sure.
Yeah.
Because
their merch is great.
Yeah, no, it's awesome merch, and they know that we're suckers for free shit. So they get all the advertising over here going in Raw. They're phenomenal.
Absolutely.
It's a great podcast.
It is. Good dudes too. Good dudes.
Oh yeah, great dudes.
So with the rebrand from Impact to TNA, could Impact be looking to bring in some huge free agents? So Will Ospreay worked both Bound for Glory as well as Sunday's TV tapings. And he recently told Sports Illustrated, when talking about his impending free agency early next year, quote, "I'm looking to explore every single option and every single avenue. Impact Wrestling is in the running for my next home. I'm willing to test the waters, so this match against Mike Bailey is a real treat for me. I'm excited to do that, especially with what could happen next year." Then after this weekend's Impact event, Ospreay took to Twitter, said, "I have had the best time at Impact Wrestling from a fan experience to of wrestling. Quality, sorry, I can't read this morning. I honestly believe that the reason they have climbed back from such a deep trench is because that place is one big team. The moment they said, 'We are TNA,' I said, 'Yes, they are.' I'm so happy for all of that crew because they all work so hard and are grateful for the fan support. TNA was the reason I wanted to become a wrestler. With that team, they will inspire brand new TNA kids."
Yeah. Now, man, I don't know. You and I have often talked about, they seem to have like the money situation handled so they can bring in, relatively big names. It's just a matter. And I've always felt that like their situation wasn't really hampered not necessarily by money, but it's by the deep trench that they had dug for themselves.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like the level of television exposure they have, I'm sure a lot of wrestlers really do take into consideration rather be on TBS, TNT, or USA Network, or even Fox, than go to a place that has the limited reach that Axis has.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's something that they would be inclined to work on simply because Anthem owns Axis. But if they could get a TV deal elsewhere, with a bigger reach and bringing in revenue, you'd think that they would.
Dude, if NWA can apparently get not one but two TV deals from the CW.
Yeah, right. I know.
Impact's got to be able to get something.
I like that you can't say that without laughing, by the way. When I brought that up to you last week, your response was pretty terrific.
Listen. Once
Off
I
camera,
see
by
NWA,
the way, so I won't
NWA,
say what you said.
once I see NWA television on CW broadcast networks, then I'll actually.
Okay, that's
maybe
what you
I won't
said.
laugh then. All right.
I don't care. I'm going to say the other thing you said. You said, NWA now broadcasting at 2 a.m. on the CW.
Oh yeah, 2 a.m. on the CW. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, if NWA can get, it's gonna be a while until I stop laughing at that. If NWA can get a TV deal with CW, apparently, you gotta think Impact.
Yeah.
Can get something, especially if I know it's a massive if they could bring in Ospreay, and if they could bring in CM Punk.
CM Punk is a big deal, and he might be a magnet for people who, have sort of already worked with him and see him as like, oh my God, Punk is there. I've always found, we're going to talk about Punk here in our Punk Daily, but I sort of thought that, I don't know. And mind you, he's still not on TV. Okay. But he was backstage. So PW Insider reported that CM Punk's friend, Ace Steel, was working this weekend's Impact show, stating former at WWE, NXT, and AEW coach and producer Chris Guy, a.k.a. Ace Steel, is in Chicago and will be working for Bound for Glory weekend as a producer for Impact Wrestling. One source categorized Steel as having a tryout as a producer this weekend, noting that Impact Wrestling had wanted to bring him in before he returned to work for AEW in a remote position. Now that Steel is again free and clear of his AEW contract, we are told Impact once again reached out and offered the same opportunity. Of course, the news that Steel was working Impact in Chicago this weekend got a lot of people speculating as to whether his best friend, CM Punk, might show up Bound for Glory. He was at the Chicago Blackhawks home opener Saturday instead, which he did a voiceover video package for them.
He did like a video package for him.
And was there, and you could see him. He threw up the one. So, again, maybe. It was kind of a weak one, though. He needs to.
Maybe it's like, I got one last place I think I can work.
That could be. So while Punk wasn't at Bound for Glory on Saturday, he was actually, according to the House of Wrestling, at Impact's TV tapings on Sunday, with the site reporting this. House of Wrestling has learned that while Punk was not at Bound for Glory, he did attend the Impact Wrestling on Access TV tapings the following day, also at Cicero Stadium. We are told that the Second City Savior showed up just before the tapings began, around 6:30 p.m. Central, and was taken to the locker room area. While backstage, we're told Punk was talking with anyone who wanted to get some time with him, including, quote, key Impact talent that he spoke to throughout the TV taping. Since he had attended a taping earlier this year, we are told his presence did not faze any of the talent, as they were more used to his presence. One person we are told he did not get to spend much time with is Steel, who also served as a producer at the post-Bound for Glory Impact TV tapings. We are told that Steel was warmly received backstage and seemed very happy to be back to work. So there, look, man, if you take the, man, how do I put this? I guess the stigma of Impact as being like, I don't know, third best here in like North America, but then you still have CMLL and AAA. So they're like, I don't know, they could be considered first and second depending on the ratings on any given week.
Yeah, that's true.
But in terms of like an English language broadcast here in the States, obviously they're third. I mean, unless NWA gets his. Anyways, not WWE, not AEW on Access TV. I don't know that would be suitable for Punk if he thinks of himself as a bigger deal than that. But beyond that, what are other cons that you potentially see? Because in Impact, like the main problem in AEW and WWE certainly is there's people like above him. And there's people on the same par as him in terms of like name value, drawing power, et cetera, et cetera. There ain't none of that in Impact. If he wanted the whole book there, they'd give him the whole book there.
I don't know if they give him the whole book because Scott D'Amore is doing such a good job.
He is, but
I don't know if they want to rock the boat that much.
They wouldn't. I'm not saying they would fire Scott D'Amore.
No. But if they, I understand. They want to give Punk leeway creatively. They absolutely wouldn't. And give him some say in what happens in the show. Absolutely. If this announcement that Impact's going back to the TNA branding is just kind of like the first step in a larger initiative of really pushing the brand forward and trying to really grow the brand. Mm-hmm. And there's more stuff going on backstage, like new TV deal, other distribution platforms, stuff that hasn't been announced yet. But, during talks with the Impact/Anthem brass executives, Punk is kind of getting hints that there's more to this than just, a fresh coat of paint, rebranding back to TNA. This is the first part of a larger initiative to really start launching the brand and help to grow it now that it's on an upward trajectory.
We've already heard that they're up in their television production value.
Yes.
And the attendance has been pretty decent lately for Impact anyways.
Yeah. So if Punk is hearing this and he'd be like, okay, if the pitch is and Punk takes it as such, Punk, you're what we need to really push things over the edge, take things to the next level.
Yeah.
With you, we can get that sweet NWA on the CW deal. Maybe instead of at 2 in the morning, we can get on at 10 in the evening.
Ooh.
You know, something like that. And for Punk, it could be an opportunity for him to be like, okay, I'm going to this place. Yes, I'll be the top star here, but I'm going to be a team player. I'm going to be at my best behavior. I'll be here for 2-3 years. I'll rehabilitate my image. By the time I'm done here, yes, I'll be pushing 50, but at the same time, I might have another opportunity to go someplace, WWE, for one last run and get that Mania main event in.
Okay, but back up here.
What?
There ain't no way he's going into this thinking I'm going to be a team player. He's looking at this like, oh, nobody to stop me from taking over. Let's be realistic here. There's going to be nobody there to challenge him the way they challenged him in AEW.
Phil's definition of a team player.
Yeah, I'm team captain. Y'all fall in line. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. But in terms of rehabilitating his image, I'm sure he probably thinks that this is an I'm sure he thinks that could play into, getting a spot back with WWE.
And listen, if you work for TNA, you're basically working 3 days a month,
Yeah, right, exactly.
You don't have to, it's like 1 weekend of travel. You do the pay-per-view. The next day, you shoot like 12 weeks of television. Bang, done till the next pay-per-view, Yeah. And that, especially with Will Ospreay, who is wrestling all over the place. He's traveling like crazy. He's going to Japan, back to the United Kingdom, to the States, all over the place. I saw another interview, I think it was with the Metro, that Ospreay was open to moving to the U.S., talked about potentially wrestling for WWE. Where Ospreay, if he moves to the States, can make a decent living, wrestling 3 days a month, maybe do a couple of indie matches here or there and save his body. That's pretty damn attractive.
Yeah, dude. I'll be honest with you. I would give Punk I would put more money on Punk going to TNA than Ospreay going to TNA.
Absolutely. I would.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
I think Ospreay is going to look at either AEW or WWE, or stay in New Japan and do. I don't know. He's already been world heavyweight. He's already been world champion.
He's done
everything there. Yeah. So I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked to see him, especially now with WWE firing on all cylinders and AEW kind of having a lot. I mean, look, they treat him really well whenever he's there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I kind of feel like he'd probably. I don't know. For me, I'd be shocked if I didn't see him in WWE, unless there's somebody in WWE who didn't want him. But that'd be nuts. I think. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Pretty crazy. I mean, it's a situation where he feels comfortable in AEW, and they write him a pretty huge check.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up there because
he's already made the connections there.
There's relationships there. He's made the connection. He knows the environment. He knows what it's like there. And if he's comfortable with that, and there's good money, yeah, he might go there.
I'd still very much believe it. Or I'm sorry, I very much believe it. Wouldn't believe it until I saw it with Punk or Ospreay in Impact. But no, I mean, like you said, if they are able to convince him, number one, here's another thing to consider. His former place of employment just now, AEW, a lot of criticism being levied at them right now for creative issues.
Yep.
And Impact. A lot of people now, here's the thing, Impact, they're also kind of that little engine that could. And so who knows if they all of a sudden got like a ton of success, maybe the fans would turn on them and be like, oh, well, these things ain't great there. But the thing is, Scott D'Amore, he's a damn good weekly television wrestling guy. And I don't know. I think with a bigger infrastructure, with bigger production, with bigger stars, I think that dude would kill it. I really do. Yeah. And they might position themselves as an alternative to AEW the way AEW is an alternative to WWE. Mm-hmm. Hey, you don't like how things are done in WWE? You like the women's wrestling? You like good storylines? You like killer matches like we just had with Ospreay and Speedball? We got all of that over here. Mm-hmm. And the good television production. Yeah. So I don't know. They might be able to with enough money, and that's what it takes, just money.
It is.
They might be able to make a play at being an alternative to AEW if people look at that. Possible. and say, you know what, it's been 4 years now. I want to try something different, possibly. Anyways, before we continue on with our reviews of the weekend shows, would you like to pay some bills, Larson?
Let's do it. This episode of Going in Raw is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, Steve, one of the things, and there's many, that irritates me most about dealing with anxiety is when I'm in a situation where there's something that I want to do or should do or I need to do, but this brain of mine inside my head starts going and my anxiety kicks up. It makes it extremely difficult to get those things done if I get them done at all.
Man, yeah, that sounds rough. But I know that you know this, Larson, though. But therapy can help you figure out what's holding you back so you work for yourself rather than against yourself.
Yeah, I've been there before. Back in my mid-20s, my anxiety got really, really bad. So bad, in fact, that I realized that it was getting in the way of me living a productive, happy life, and I needed to go to therapy. It took me a couple tries to find someone I felt comfortable talking to, but once I did, I was able to learn the tools I needed to better cope with my anxiety and get back on the path to being a happier, more productive Larson.
Absolutely. And if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's completely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. All you got to do to get started is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched up with a licensed therapist, and then you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
So make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/raw today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/raw.
Before we continue on with the show, we got a couple new channel members here. So if you're a channel member here at Going in Raw on the YouTube, all you got to do that is click join, or you go to patreon.com/Steven Larson. $5 there on the tiers gets you bonus episodes, question threads for all our episodes, and of course the monthly predictions championships challenges rather. We've got Week of Champions 3 coming up, with Saudi Arabia show coming up in like about 10 days or so. We've got
that's the bonus. So that's if you win that, you get an advantage going into Week of Champions 3, which is Survivor Series, and before that, Full Gear.
Then we've also got Full Gear and Survivor Series. That's going to be Week of Champions 3. Patrick Cheeseman here, member for 5 months, says 5 months strong. Have you ever thought of a mini Friendo con? It'd be a hoot. So we did, what was it called? The big meetup in Vegas. Friendo Fest. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, we did the live review.
That'd be kind of the thing. Like if we did like another live show, we thought about that. Like we probably would have done another one like if pandemic didn't happen, but it did.
Exactly. Yeah.
Juan Villa, member for 8 months now, says if you guys start reviewing TNA, perhaps Luke Owen will jump ship, or is the war over? The war is in abeyance. Doesn't that mean it's like sort of on hiatus, like on pause?
Was there an armistice?
There's an armistice in place via Kenneth and Luke Owen. Man, oh man, no promises, but 2024 could be a very British year here in Going in Raw. Let me tell you what, these secret negotiations, they're so secret even Larson doesn't know about.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm not privy to these negotiations, and therefore I'm not going to be agree to any sort of deals without me being privy to what's on the table.
Right. And there's a lot of words there, privy, agreements. I don't know what any of that means. Spencer here with a super chat, $20 super chat too. Oh boy.
Thank you,
Big
Spencer.
spender. Says TNA coming back makes me happy. My grandpa found TNA as an alternative for after Eddie Guerrero passed away, and I didn't want to watch wrestling again. So personally, to me, it's amazing to see. What a great story. What a cool grandpa you have. That's really neat.
That is very cool.
That's really cool, man. I like that.
We've also got 473 people watching right now.
Oh, wow.
So seems a good time to remind everybody we're on our path, hopefully, to getting 198,891 subs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I really want us to get there by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. That would be great.
Yeah.
When I checked this morning, we were in good shape. We had another really good weekend. Mm-hmm. Right now, we're 635 away.
Yeah, we had a good weekend, yeah.
So my goal for this week is to get under 600. So if we have 480 people right now watching, if any of you watching now have not yet subbed to the channel, please consider doing so.
Do it.
You'd be really helping us out. We're trying to get 198,891 subs by the end of this month.
Yeah.
Or by the end of the year, maybe I should say. End of this month might be a little tough. You only got 8 days left.
Come on, let's get it going, people.
Definitely by the end of the year. I think we could do it with everybody's help. So please, if you like what you see, you like what you hear, please consider subbing, hitting that notifying bell. Also, while you're pressing buttons, 483 people watching now. If everybody here just hit that thumbs up button, the like button.
Yeah.
We get a lot of likes. A lot of likes are good. Likes help us feel good. It's validation for us.
We're here
People
to ask.
like us.
Yeah, we're really low self-esteem guys.
Oh,
yeah. Like we talked about that in the Better Help ad. The bottom line is, therapy, awesome, great. Likes on YouTube, on par. Pretty darn good as well, So give us that validation. We're here to ask for your help, your validation, and, your assurance that we're good people.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Who engage in secret negotiations to ship each other away from us.
Well, full disclosure, I'm engaging in zero negotiations. I'm not trying to send you anywhere.
Man, what a sucker. You really should be engaging in negotiations. Come on.
Why?
What? Hey, Tony Pizza Guy here and Larson. Send me over to Deadlock, man.
That sounds like you negotiating your exit. Who are you, James Harden?
Get me out of here, man. I want to join the Orange and Black. I already got 20 fucking shirts from those guys.
That makes both of us.
I know, right? What the hell? Oh, man. Anyways. Oh, boy.
All right.
Nah, man,
buddy,
we're stuck with each other for fucking ever, man.
I know.
I hope you realize that.
Oh, I do
Wrestle
realize
Juice didn't take off the way I thought it would, Larson, so I'm stuck with you.
I've made peace with it.
Oh man. All right, so what are we gonna talk about? Smackdown. By the way, I got an update on Gypsy. She got through her. I got one of these voicemail transcribers thing here on my iPhone.
That comes with.
It just comes with it.
It just comes with it.
I'm just looking at
it. A special deal.
So it's all done. She did great. She is awake. Give us a call back when you have a moment. We can talk about what you should expect. Good. My dog is alive.
Good news.
So that's great.
Good news.
Yeah. Anyways.
So yeah, SmackDown happened as seen in the thumbnail, as mentioned at the head of the show, Bianca Belair, after being gone for SummerSlam, a couple months.
Really, was this in SummerSlam? Man,
maybe a little bit after SummerSlam. She's been gone for a little bit.
Yeah, a while.
She's back. She made the save to help out Charlotte with Damage Control. Was attacking her after EO successfully retained the women's title with Damage Control's help. So Charlotte and Bianca stood tall to end the show. Now, given that they were at odds prior to Bianca taking her leave, are they friendly again? Are they friendly now? Is it time away, time to reflect? Bianca's like, Charlotte was just, she was just being a competitor, going after title shots. She might have cut in line in front of me to get those title shots, but that's, Charlotte's 15-time world champion. I get it. Or is this a ploy to get close to Charlotte only to attack her?
I don't know. Given that Bianca shot up the power rankings, so to speak, so quickly, broke the record for the title reign and all that stuff. Yeah. And you've got this almost like it's fun because Bianca's been at this for a little while and she's done so much in such a short period of time. She's like main event in night ones, of Mania. She's so high up the ladder at this point that like you got this new crop. You got Io Sky coming in, winning the title. You got Rhea Ripley over there on Raw, and they've teased her and Bianca before. Bianca might just be like, you know what? And we got Jade Cargill coming in. You got this great crop in NXT, including Tiffany Stratton maybe coming in. Becky's doing the NXT thing. Bianca might be like, you know what? I'm where you are, Charlotte. Like, it could be like a main event mafia type thing where like you've got this young, and I don't think this is the actual case, but I'm just thinking right now, I'm like, Bianca's like a big deal. And her aligning with Charlotte is like, hey, the ones who have been there and done it, we got to keep our ground because we keep on getting taken out by these, I'm not going to say younger. I have no idea what the age difference is between Bianca and Io. But, the hungry ones who haven't had that success before are now coming in and taking it. Mm-hmm. We can make a power team here with Bianca and Charlotte. Maybe that's her thought. I don't know. But
John Chambers, mentions here in chat that Bianca's last match was teaming with Charlotte. And I can confirm August 18th, Her and Charlotte teamed up to defeat Damage Control on an episode of Smackdown. That's the last time we saw Bianca on TV.
There you go. There you go. I mean, look, the bottom line is, it's better to team up when you've got a numbers disadvantage, and that's what she's got against Damage Control here.
Yeah.
And yeah, if she had teamed up with Charlotte in the past, which I had totally forgotten about, then yeah, it's sort of a real recognizes real type situation. It's like, well, neither of us have the title. We both want the title, but these people have the title. So let's get rid of them, and then we can figure the rest out.
Exactly. Individually, we might not have much of a chance because the numbers advantage. Collectively, odds are greater.
Yeah, that could be the situation there. But no, it's great to see Bianca back, man. As always, she's $1 million, and I do think that there does need to be, like I said, with this new Triple H era with Vince completely out of the picture, I'd like to see more situations where. I really, when you think about it with Seth Rollins right now, I really like what they're doing with him in that he's got the thing where the fans sing his song, but on the flip side of that, he's breaking down as a champion.
Yeah.
And that might be one criticism that people had towards the tail end of Bianca's last title run was, and I was there levying this specific criticism when she was handling Damage Control with seemingly no effort.
Yeah.
It's like you got 3 people coming after you, and she's just stacking them all for a KOD.
Yeah.
No matter who it is, if you're a babyface, you got to fight those odds. And right now, I love what they're doing with Rollins, and I'm making this comparison because I think that there were people with the Shinsuke match that was like, man, Shinsuke should have won this, Well, I like what they're doing with Rollins because, number one, they're getting him to a point, they're making him seem physically kind of weak because he's beat up and he's doing too much. And Shinsuke could have been the guy to take it off him. Drew McIntyre might be the guy to take it off him. So it's making his opponents even more, believable against him. And maybe they're going to do it. With Bianca, now that she's coming back from a big return and Triple H has, the full pencil, if you will, I'd like to see more interesting situations with her because they're not going to turn her heel. And nor do I think they need to. But if she aligned with Lashley's faction, who are kind of heelish, but the people love them, that's one way you can go. Just let's get some more interesting stories going on.
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be lol Bianca wins the title back, just the way it was like people thought lol Charlotte wins the title back. Just get some interesting stories where she has to face some odds. She has to figure out some people. That's why I like aligning with Charlotte. Charlotte ain't her friend. She might be a means to an end. And Charlotte sees Bianca in the same way.
Yep.
So as long as they tell some interesting stuff, that's all I think that's all anybody can hope for,
Yeah, totally. Otherwise, we got Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio official for Crown Royal coming up in about 10 days. A little bit more than that, about a couple weeks.
I like this segment. I thought number one, again, I look at Logan outside WWE and I sort of roll my eyes.
Yeah, not a fan.
But goddamn, why is it this dude can cut a better promo, come off as more genuine? When I mean genuine, I mean he just doesn't stumble. He doesn't sound like he's reading lines or memorizing.
Yeah.
This guy just talks to people, and he's good at what he does. He really is.
Yeah.
Comes out
He's taking
there,
pro wrestling really quickly.
lays out a bunch of great points, and says, I don't need your respect. I'm crafting my own legacy, but I don't have the United States Championship. And he puts it over, the prestigious United States Championship. He's a better promo than Ray is. Ray comes out.
Yeah.
Ray looking like $1 million, by the way, with that sort of Louis Vuitton / Batman getup he had on.
Yeah, it was something else.
Oh my goodness, probably $50,000 in that guy, including the title.
Yeah, it's expensive. He had some off-white Air Force Ones on too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So he comes out. And he says, yeah, let's do the Crown Royal. Now, Larson, what do you think the odds are that title's going to go around Logan Paul?
Right now, it's probably about 50-50. Wait to see what happens over the next 10 days, 2 weeks. But considering that Logan mentioned LA Knight again in this promo, that could be the plan for Mania, is to have Logan versus LA Knight for that U.S. title.
Mm-hmm.
Megastar versus Megastar. for the championship of the United States? Have LA Knight walk out of Mania with a title?
I think 50-50 is probably about right, and maybe even 51-49 Logan. You know, they didn't do a hell of a lot with it with Austin Theory. I like the Theory Waller team up. I wish they'd form a faction with Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
But they didn't do a whole lot when he had the title. They're not really doing a whole lot with Ray carrying the title. So it's not like it needs to be on TV every single week. But if the idea is Logan Paul's going to come in and be on TV, you know, on a semi-regular basis between, let's say, Crown Royal and WrestleMania, which probably wouldn't be too difficult. I mean, you're looking at, you know, whatever it is.
About 6.
About 6
5
months.
months.
5 months. You know, he's out there on his podcast and whatever, and his whatever fights, you know, promoting, showing up. I will guarantee you, if that boxing match that he had last weekend, if he had the U.S. title, he'd have been wearing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if the idea is let's get the mainstream publicity, because he still trends higher than literally anybody in WWE, including maybe WWE itself. I don't know how that's a bad move for WWE if you take that title off Rey Mysterio. The only caveat there is he's already beat Rey Mysterio, and so I don't know if they would have him do that again. Oh, that was a tag. Okay, that's okay.
It was him and Miz taking on Rey and Dom.
There you go. Okay, that's what it was. I was trying to think about that. So yeah, I don't know. I could see him doing it. I don't think there's a bad business reason to do it.
No. You wouldn't do that with one of your top world titles for sure, but U.S. title, sure, why not?
Yeah, right. Like you already have one really strong Intercontinental champion with Gunther. They're doing that thing with it. Why not make that U.S. title for now anyway?
I mean, the only downside to that is Roman's barely on TV now. They may want a strong U.S. champ that's on TV every week. That could be the only downside to putting it on Logan Paul at this point.
Yeah, maybe, but like they haven't done that yet. Like it's not like Ray has been positioned the way Gunther has been on Raw. Like as
I know, but
he's
on TV every week, and he's enormously popular.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, all the more reason to elevate. You got, you know, maybe put Becky on the show, keep Io strong, you know, so you can get some gold on there, and then feature. All the more reason to put Judgment Day over there because now they're the tag champions. So, yeah, I don't know. I think there's a possibility. There's a possibility for that to happen.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good possibility. Let's jump into it. Paul Heyman starts the show, introduces himself, and says, I have some really big shoes to fill tonight in the Bloodline this week. Did you see what Jimmy Uso did on Raw? Jimmy Uso called the play, took inspiration and motivation from Roman Reigns, and Jimmy single-handedly cost Jey Uso, and even closer to my heart, Cody Rhodes, the undisputed tag titles. Have you heard the other news? I'm not the first to break it. The LA Times broke the story a few hours ago. From my sources tell me it's the #1 most read article in the LA Times today. Roman will defend the undisputed title at Crown Jewel, and his opponent's going to be LA Knight.
Yeah.
Now I know this is hard for you to believe, but I am just like every single one of you. Well, you're from Texas. I'm from New York, and I dress better than you. I make a hell of a lot more money than you do. But there is commonality, and that is in the fact that we're all fans of LA Knight. I'm a huge admirer. I told him when I shook his hand. As a matter of fact, if you're a fan of LA Knight, you must go.
Yeah.
When he said LA Knight, the guy goes, yeah, and Heyman goes, don't do that when I'm talking. He gets very irritable here. Continues, you must go watch Crown Jewel because it's the last time you're ever going to see LA Knight inside the ring, because on November 4th, LA Knight's going to get smashed by the reigning defending undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. And this brings out
LA Knight. Yeah, he snatches the ring out of Heyman's hand. Says, you want to make
noise,
make
the ring
noise.
From his hand. He's got some huge hands.
He's got giant hands. The microphone from his hand. Yeah. He says, you want to make noise, make noise. I love all those rap song references. He says, all you've been doing out here is making a lot of noise. I'm not here to talk to you. As far as I'm concerned, you can take a walk. I need Roman Reigns' ass out here right now. So then Heyman turns to leave as Knight's waiting for Roman, and he looks back at Heyman and says, where are you going? Get your back. I like that he's like, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, you can go. And then he tries to do that. He's like, no, get back over here.
Yeah.
He says, I don't care what you think I said. Get back in here. Now, if your boy ain't going to come down here, it just gets me wondering. It gets in my head. Where's your lip out now, Paul? Because before I walked out here, I heard a lot of idle threats. Yeah, I heard you say what Roman Reigns is going to do to me, right? Yeah. So why don't you tell me right here, right now, what is Roman Reigns going to do to me? And then, yeah.
Heyman's like, oh, the crowd, they're not here to see me. They're here to see you.
Paul,
He
stop
tries
right
to
there.
leave again. Yeah.
You set one foot outside this ring, I'll hit you so hard I'll send that hair back to gray. Yeah. Get your ass back in here. Word on the streets is that you said that spear last week was a warning shot, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. So I got to ask you, do you think that was the right move? Yeah, me neither, and I'll tell you why. I don't do warning shots. You take a shot at me, you better put me down for good. I'll pull a Michael Myers on you. I'll keep coming back. I won't stop. I can't stop. And as a matter of fact, I won't stop until I own Roman Reigns in this ring and until I own that Universal title. Yeah. So look, I'll tell you like this. If Roman's scared, let's just say he's scared. He should be, because he's never seen anybody like me before. As fast as I've risen in the WWE is as fast as I'll take that Universal title off him. Yeah. Just like this. Yeah. But here's how we're going to do it. That contract signing next week between Roman and I is going to happen right here. And, well, I'll tell you what. If Roman isn't going to be here now and you're going to be on the phone with him about that contract signing, then make sure when you talk to him, you make it 100% clear, crystal clear whose game this is. Crowd says LA Knight. He says, and when he looks at you with that befuddled look and he's a little bit confused and lost for words, make sure you speak the undisputed truth. That is LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
There you go. So we cut backstage. Montez is there getting ready for his match against Santos, Escobar, Dawkins, Lashley, trying to fire him up. And Lashley tells both of them, take these guys down. Fight with pride.
Fight with pride. What a great life lesson there. Take these guys down, fight with pride. That's what you should be thinking everywhere you go. You walk over to the Burger King, take these guys down, fight with pride.
So I'm gonna write that down, and before we go play basketball tomorrow.
Oh, no. Wait till after that. Wait till after that.
No.
Oh, no. Fight with pride, Larson. I'm not going to tell you to do that, because then what?
Dog will come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, let's move on from that, because that gets scary. Santos Escobar versus Montez Ford. See, I prefer to keep you sleeping, man. I prefer to catch you sleeping, rather. With no dogs to be found.
See, what I got to do is find the motivation before I even start for the dog to come out. I can't wait for you to do something that irritates me or I take as a slight. I'm like Jordan out there. Anything that's a perceived slight, not that I'm good, I'm not. Everything that I take as the slightest bit of perceived slight, it just angers me.
Yeah, no, I know. I've seen it. I've seen the dog come out. It's very scary. You know, I dribble that ball between your legs and do a little finger roll, and the dog's out all of a sudden. I'm like, I'm just trying to score a damn point around here.
You laughed. That's what it was.
I laughed.
I don't care why you laughed, and that's what brought the dog
shit
out
of me.
I was trying to block your shot, trying to contest the shot.
Clubbing blow to my arm. It hurt with your big. Come on, let me see him. Let's see it. God damn it. Ah, God damn it. Yeah. After that, we had Santos Escobar versus Montez Ford. Lashley was watching match backstage. So there was a bunch of stuff happening here. LWO's coming out. So Santos makes a comeback, sends Ford out of the ring, hits a suicide dive, follows the crossbody off the top, gets two with that. Santos hits double knees in the corner, looks for a phantom driver, but Ford escapes that, hits an enziguri, goes up top. Santos hits an enziguri, follows with the Rana off the top. Dawkins pulls Ford out of the ring. Santos hits him with a slingshot axe handle. Ford's back in the ring. Dawkins rams Santos in the ring post. Bunch of LWO comes out, gets involved. Santos drops Dawkins with the running knee, gets back into the ring, and then Ford rolls him up with a handful of tights. Dawkins gets in the ring. He and Ford stomp on Santos. He gets the win, by the way. And then Santos and Carlito run to the ring. Carlito runs to the ring with a chair to make the save. Big pop for Carlito there. Texas likes Carlito.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Then we get a quick shot of Io warming up backstage for her main event match, Bailey Dakota, firing her up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then LWO, they're backstage. Ray walks up to him, tells Carlito, thanks for that. LWO is always family. I know Logan Paul's about to call me out, so I'm going to go take care of business. And Zelina says, hey, do you want us to go out there with you? And Ray goes, no. Handle this on my own. I'm rolling solo today.
After that, we had a spa day for Pretty Deadly. This is kind of fun because it was like an actual story beat. It might have been the blow off for all I know, because they got the win last week. They got the cheaty win last week on Brawling Brutes, so they're having a spa day, and then they're just sitting there talking about they're doing the pedicures, and they're talking about the Brawling Brutes, and they're like, no, we don't have to ever see him again. The Brutes show up, beat the shit out of him, and then go to the pub. So, like, was this the blow off match between them?
Maybe, unless they're going to have like a spa match.
Oh,
like a
they're
proper
totally
spa
gonna
match.
have a spa match. That's gonna happen. Yeah.
And they were like trying to drown him in the foot tubs.
Yeah, that was gross. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, you know what? Drown me. That's fine. Don't do it in foot juice.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, not a fan of that.
My feet are nasty too. You've
Yeah.
seen my feet.
I have.
They're gross. It's because I usually walk around barefoot. Not now because it's colder.
Yeah. Well, then during the summertime, you wear like flip flops all the time,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah, a little
So,
bit
yeah.
less now though because of the condition that I got those weird things on my feet now, the bone
that's
bone
right.
spurs or whatever. Anyways, nobody needs to
Do
hear
the
about my
flip
feet.
flops irritate your heels?
It's not fun. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it hurts when I wear flip flops now. Sad last days of flip flops.
Wow. This is quite a turn of events for Steve here.
I know, right? It's very sad. And after that, we had the bloodline in the locker room. Jimmy, the real tribal chief. Throw your ones up, Larson. Jimmy rushes in. Do a CM Punk one. So Jimmy rushes.
Do you have your Halloween costume picked out for the show?
No, I don't.
I have an idea. I don't know if I can pull it off. I have an idea
awesome.
though.
Love it. Love to see it. Can't wait. After that, so Jimmy rushes in, says, AOG, Solo, did you see Raw? Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, no longer tag champs, and all because of him, Jim Uso. Bloodline's killing it. Tribal Chief calls a play, but check it, Uso. I'm out there scanning. Red 70 flag star. Red 70 flag star. Hut. Bullet OG. Touchdown Bloodline. He is so in his own world. It's amazing.
I know. It was
and then
great.
yeah, and then Heyman notices something on the TV, and we cut to what he's looking at. John Cena.
Walking through the underbelly of the arena. They go to commercial, come back. Do, 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 do. Get John Cena promo. He says, San Antonio sold out. Everyone watching around the world can see this place is fired up. It's the theme of this episode, getting fired up.
Getting fired up, yeah, man.
Says, hell, you got me fired up. Dogs out with John Cena. Unfortunately, it's been a rough day. I got hit with some pretty harsh truths today. We've been doing this a long time, and I feel I should be honest with you and with myself. Last week, I talked about Roman's streak. 1,138 days as champion. Today, I found I have a streak of my own. 2,002 days. That's a long time, right? It's been 2,002 days since I last won a televised singles match. I want you to think about that for a second. 2,002 days. My last win was in 2018.
That is pretty crazy when you think about
That's a long time. 5 years. So I've been talking a whole lot about retirement. I just think it's time that we all face facts. It's been a long time since I've had a win. So the crowd's chanting, you still got it. And Cena goes, yeah, but damn it, I believe in me, in you, and in us. I believe in the beauty of all this madness. I believe that I could still go and that I could still bring it. I believe the time is now to turn the math around. So here's the fact. It's going to be a bad night for the next idiot who walks through that curtain because whoever it is, they're going to get smoked. That idiot was Solo Sikoa. He walks through the apron, the curtain, steps up to Cena, throws a punch. Cena blocks it, goes after Solo. Jimmy runs to the ring, super kicks Cena, but then someone pulls Jimmy out of the ring. It's Jay. So he goes after Jimmy while security tries to break them up. Jay super kicks Jimmy into the timekeeper area. Security eventually separates them. And Jimmy's down there in the timekeeper area going, timeout. He's calling a timeout. Yeah. And then the ring, Cena sidesteps a Samoan spike and hits Solo with an AA. You got to think Cena's sticking around through Crown Royal. It's going to be him and Solo.
Yeah, you would think so. Yeah. Does Cena get that win?
I mean, he said he's gone like more than 2,000 days without a W. You got to think so.
Feels like that's the story. And like a win, a loss against Cena, especially maybe if they run it back at like WrestleMania or something like that, if the strike isn't. I mean, I would think the strike is going to be over like maybe by the end of the year, but maybe not. I don't know. Because once that strike's over, Cena's done. He is gone.
You said as much, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. He's totally doing Crown Royal, though. After that, we had Logan, a recap of Logan calling out Ray in an SUV pulled into the arena. It was all about Logan's fight from last weekend. Then we had an Isla Dawn and Alba Fire video package, the Unholy Union.
Yeah, they want those tag titles back.
Yeah, man. And then we had this was great. I loved this because it seems like they're going to do like sort of maybe a traditional Survivor Series in War Games, perhaps. I don't know. But we had Jay and Adam Pearce in Nick Aldis's office. So Jay's like, you tell security to get off me. And Pierce is like, I had an idea this was going to happen. He says, you think he got the idea from his brother coming on Monday and ruining my title match? Aldis says, listen, it's not my responsibility what happens on Raw. It's my responsibility what happens on SmackDown. And with that being said, Jay, you just earned yourself a $10,000 fine. And Pierce is like, what? Well, if you're fining him, fine his brother too. Fair is fair. And Aldis says, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Gentlemen, I'm talking to security, please escort Jay from the building. And Jay's like, whoa, what? And Pierce is like, do you think that's necessary? I'll escort him out. And Aldis says, you're right. Please escort them both from the building. And Pierce says, you kicking me out of this building? Aldis says, yes, I am. And Pierce says, all right, let the games begin. Well, hey, Pierce, maybe stopping by SmackDown.
Yeah, he popped into SmackDown.
Don't pop in. It's not your place.
Don't pop in. It's not your show.
It's Aldis' show now. He's going
Aldis'
retro.
show. It's Aldis' show. Just don't pop in. So then we got the Logan Paul, Rey Mysterio face-to-face. Logan Paul comes to the ring first. It's just 6 days ago. I was in England beating the living daylights out of a scumbag.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but I won that fight. But to call it a fight does disservice to combat. It's a pathetic excuse for a fight. Pathetic excuse for a fighter, which is a real shame because I came to fight. I should have known that if I wanted real competition, I could have just had another WWE match. But I did get to beat up an online troll, a coward who hide behind the mask of the internet. Speaking of people who hide behind masks, I know what you're all thinking. I get it. But I'm not here for Rey Mysterio. I'm really not. Let me jog your memory, guys. I already beat Rey Mysterio. I beat Rey in my first ever WWE match. In fact, the last time I beat Rey, Dom was still his son. Roman actually showed up to wrestle, and LA Knight didn't have a job. A lot has changed since then. I'm an engaged man. I got a boxing victory. Hell, I got a multi-billion-dollar hydration business. I'm no longer a little boy trying to navigate this industry. I know who I am, and I'm a WWE superstar, baby. So no, I'm not here for Rey, but Rey does have something I need. You see, Rey has respect. I don't need your respect. Rey has legacy. I have my own legacy. Rey has the U.S. title, the coveted U.S. title, and I do need that title. So even though last weekend I beat up a deadbeat dad, it looks like a crown jewel, I'm going to have to beat up another.
And I love, when he said I'm a WWE superstar, he put a lot of stank on that, man. You can tell that that's important to him. So Rey comes to the ring and says, Logan, you actually remind me a lot of my son, Dominic. Amazing natural ability, dripping with passion, incredible career ahead of you, and a big mouth, just like Dom. I really think you need some humbling. And, the last time I had to kick some sense into Dom, I was a little reluctant. But I'm not going to hesitate to whoop your ass. You say you need this, you want this title? Logan says, so badly. And Rey says, I'll give you the opportunity, you versus me for the US title at Crown Royal. So they shake hands, and he offers his hand up, Logan does, and Rey's hesitant to shake it. Logan reaches out and grabs it to shake it.
It was like Rey was trapped in some sort of time anomaly because he was moving super slow.
Yeah. Logan was like, I ain't got time for all that.
Like his head was moving normal speed, but his hand was just
like that episode of Star Trek.
Exactly.
And the thing that I loved about this though is that like Rey was like very, as he should be. He was like not turning his back to Logan, and Logan liked that, but he didn't do shit. He was like, yeah, I got the old right hand of mine, whatever's in that right hand is like a steel plate or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, he's like, this has him scared. I like this. I like this a lot, man.
Yeah. Then we got Grayson Waller and Austin Theory teaming up against Cameron Grimes.
Trevor Lee and Dragon Lee together.
Yeah.
Brothers Lee,
yes. Cameron Grimes did this match to eat the pin because that's what he did. So
seems like it, yeah.
Yeah. So Grimes is looking for a body slam. Theory, though, instead rakes his eyes. Waller sends Dragon Lee into the timekeeper area. Grimes rolls up Theory, and while he's got the cover there, Waller comes in. I don't know if he's trying to go for his finish or what, but he ends up hitting like a rolling flatliner. Mm-hmm. Theory follows with A-Town down on Cameron Grimes to get the win.
Yeah, it could be. I like this team of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, man. I think it's going to do a lot for both of them. And in fact, I mentioned this to Maggie the other day, dude. Grayson Waller, like the entire package of Grayson Waller, including his current feud with like Taylor Swift fans. Yeah. He has already exceeded the ceiling that I personally saw for him in terms of me being a fan. I freaking love this guy. I think he's better. I think he's got a much higher ceiling, in my opinion. of me being a fan of the guy than the Miz. Like, I used to see him as like Aussie Miz, and I don't see that anymore. I just think that he's a super charismatic guy.
Add another name on the list of wrestler Steve eventually come around on.
Boom, right there. Anyways, I know.
Anyways, after that, we had a
totally
Kevin
do
Owens
a
interview.
friggin' 10 for the win on that one.
I know. 10 wrestlers Steve used to not like, now he likes.
Number 10.
20.
20 for the win.
Now,
what do you think about this Kevin Owens interview here?
I mean, this felt very Kevin Owens. It was laid back. It was earnest.
It was like an RF shoot video interview.
Genuine. Yeah, I know. This was just missing the backdrop.
Yeah.
And like the SD video quality. So Kathy asks how he feels about being separated from Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens says, doesn't feel great. So we worked for a very long time to get to where we got, main eventing WrestleMania, winning the tag titles, and that's just one of the things we did together over the last 20 years. We've experienced everything together. We traveled the world together, honed our craft to try to get here together. So to be separated that way, especially after we just lost the tag titles, when it didn't even feel like we got a fair shot at getting them back, that hurts. That being said, though, I'm happy to be on SmackDown. I feel like it's a clean slate, which I'm looking forward to, so it's bittersweet. So she's like, well, who do you expect to cross paths with on SmackDown? Kevin Owens says, obviously, I have a lot of history with Bloodline, me wearing this shirt. It's got a Yokozuna shirt on, so it's completely coincidental. I'm sure they hope we don't cross paths again, but we will. No way we won't. And yeah, there are a lot of new faces. Maybe not even new faces, like I've never had a singles match with Rey Mysterio, which is something I have to do before my career is done. Never had a match with Sheamus, never been in the ring with the Brawling Brutes or the LWO. So there's a lot of new faces I could punch. But let me ask you, you've been on SmackDown for a while. Surely there's someone that you've wanted to punch. I could punch people for you. You got anybody? And Kathy thinks about it for a second and says, as a journalist, I have to be unbiased. And Kevin Owens says, okay, I respect your professional integrity, but you're telling me there's nobody. You look at Austin Theory and Grayson Waller back there and think, I really wish I could punch them in the face. And Kathy kind of says, all right, well, people do say they have punchable faces. Kevin Owens says, perfect. Those guys are on the list. Point is, Raw, SmackDown, no matter where I am, all I try to do is make sure that when people go home, they know that this is the Kevin Owens show.
He's making his own list.
He is.
Bringing back the list of Kevin Owens.
List of KO.
Yeah, the list of KO. And then we had our main event, Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky. God damn, this was good. This was so good. Io was so flipping good in the ring, dude.
She's really good.
Gosh,
she's really, really
darn
good.
It, pal. So anyways, the finish here, we'll go from here. So Io was looking for a springboard drop kick. Charlotte catches her with a Boston Crab. Io reverses that into a roll-up, but only gets 2 with it. She hits some palm strikes. Charlotte answers with the forearm, tries to go after Io's leg, but she evades. Drop kicks Charlotte into the corner, calls for a moonsault. Charlotte gets her feet up, follows with a spear, covers, but then Bayley puts Io's foot on the bottom rope, like super quick and swift. Bayley gets on the apron to argue with the ref, and Charlotte punches her, hits her with a bunch of shots ringside, then throws her over the announce table. Dakota gets up on the apron to distract the ref. Charlotte looks for a spear. Io hits her with a title belt, covers to get the win, and then Damage Control immediately attacks Charlotte. Bianca Belair's music hits. That one guy does the arm cross. She runs to the ring to make the save, takes out Bayley with a spine buster, looks for a KOD on Io, but Bayley saves her, but eats a KOD of her own. I love the way that I love how Damage Control has turned out. Early on, they couldn't get a win to save themselves, but Io being the champion, surrounded by the other, man, that's good stuff.
Yeah, it was really good. My mic's not picking this up. My tummy's grumbling.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've only had a shake today, man. I'm going to have breakfast burrito after we're done here.
Oh, yeah. I had a salad before, right as we were getting started. So I'm kind of
I have a salad. That's like 10 minutes later. I'm starving at that point.
Well, I had some meat in there. I had some tri-tip. I made a really good tri-tip over the weekend.
You use some croutons in that thing?
No, I take at Trader Joe's, they have these pita crackers that I crunch up, break up, and use those for croutons.
Yeah, you got to get some like carbs in it because otherwise you're just going to be starving.
Actually, I find that's the other. I need protein. That's what fills me up. Carbs don't really.
Really? Meat?
Yeah, if I
salad,
give me a bowl of
fills
pasta, 45 minutes later, I'm hungry.
That's weird, man. Then we had Collision.
Yeah. So let me get this right.
Okay, what do you got this
They
week?
opened the show with a really good match, Danielson versus Andrade. Fantastic bout. Malachi comes out, kicks Danielson. All right, that's intriguing. I want to see Malachi versus Bryan Danielson. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't care what the reason is. It's going to be a good match. Write a story. It's fine.
Yeah, right.
All right, House of Black attacks Blackpool Combat Club. All right, they're Danielson's friends. That makes sense.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But then FTR too? It just feels like, hey, we want cool stuff to happen, so let's just have all these people feud. And does it make sense? Not really, but
So I'm gonna take this is my read on it, and it's not quite as I think cynical as yours. It's the idea is House of Black is like infecting all of Collision. Like
no, I get
have,
that. We literally see that with Sky Blue.
Yeah, right. So that's how I read it. Like, oh, this ain't gonna happen unless we're gonna have our hands on it. And I like that because it's gonna get. I think it's gonna properly align House of Black so that Malachi can have some freaking singles matches. And
that's why I was excited about the Danielson thing, because I was like, oh, finally he's going to get a bit of a singles push. That's good to see.
Yeah, right. Yeah, as long as I get that, then that's cool. Look, man, they're cool as hell. Just have them all over the place. I don't give a shit. The more House of Black, the better, in my opinion.
I don't disagree with that. It just felt like it was too much too soon. It was like we hadn't seen them for a while, and then they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, give us the Danielson thing, and then Blackpool Combat Club next week, and then FTR, and then it starts to grow. Like, build.
Yeah, no, man. It's like me going without brownies for a long time. Just
whole pan gone.
Yeah, and then give me another. I'm cool with it.
At which point will you be like, I'm satisfied, I'm satiated, no more brownies for now?
I mean, when the sun, envelops the earth, man.
Okay.
Till the end of time. That's
end of time. You'll be unsatiated till then.
You got that right.
Brownies are delicious.
It was cool seeing Hollywood Haley on Collision. If you're a fan of the Netflix show Wrestlers or Wrestler,
oh, she was in that. Okay.
Yeah, she's like the feature attraction in OVW.
Gotcha.
She's really good. She had like a tryout with WWE apparently, or she had one scheduled, but she couldn't make it there or something.
Yeah.
Part of like the story arc in Wrestler is like they've got Wrestlers, whatever it's called. They've got like this big show coming up, not the big show, but a big show.
Although Big Show was just in OVW.
Al Snow plays Grumpy Promoter, which is so weird because he never seemed grumpy, but he's like Grumpy Promoter. And like she keeps on going off to like other shows that are actually like probably paying her a bunch. And he's like, well, can't you make it for this? Because we've got a story that we're trying to make here. And then, of course, they explain to us what a heel is and a face is. Like every wrestling documentary does.
All the tropes and all the jargon and all that, huh?
Right, exactly. Let's talk about this Jeff Jarrett Eddie Kingston match, man. This was like probably
supposed to be for the New Japan Strong title at first.
I don't know where I heard that, but I thought that too. But it might have just been because you said that, so yeah, I thought I saw that too, like on Twitter or something.
Yeah, I feel like I don't really pay attention to stuff that well these days, though. So
I think it's just long COVID, man.
It could be.
Who knows what it's doing to our brains? But yeah, that match was rad, and especially because Jeff Jarrett won. I love both these guys so much. They're like on my top 10 list right now for current wrestlers.
Yeah. It's too bad that this wasn't some random promotional title associated with this match as well, and Jeff Jarrett could be a 2-time champion.
Yeah, like what? Like, Killers of the Flower Moon title? Do you know Leo DiCaprio right now is older than De Niro was when he did Goodfellas?
Really?
Yeah, I looked that up.
I had no idea.
I was like, he always looks so young. I mean, not now. Like, he looks old but young,
Yeah.
But yeah, he's old. He's like 47, 40. I think he's 48.
That's
and De Niro's
crazy.
47 at the time.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You're like basically the same age as De Niro in Goodfellas.
Wow.
Yeah. How's that make you feel, dude?
Old.
I feel young.
You feel young.
Kicked off with the Danielson versus Andrade El Idolo.
Oh man, this match was great.
It is, and they need to do more singles. They need more singles feuds in general, man.
I know.
Enough about
like Danielson's story now is dream match.
I know, yeah.
I'm a dream match guy,
which is a cool story. In any event, this match was awesome. Danielson, of course, gets the win here. So they're trading some strikes. Andrade hits a back elbow. And honestly, this is one of those matches. Just watch the damn thing. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so good.
So he's looking for running knees, runs into a head kick instead. Andrade dodges a knee plus. Then they trade roll-ups until Danielson locks in a solid roll-up to get the win. Backwoods. And then Danielson's all celebrating. He's like, yay. Then the lights come down. They come back in. Malachi Black is in the ring. No makeup, but he does have one single contact lens. So it's like finally, after like years now, healing up.
Yeah, but it's like a milky light blue, maybe white. I don't know. I can't tell. contact. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he hits Brian with a black mass, similar to how he did Big E years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Claudio and Yuta run to the ring. Lights go down. You see, as they're going down, Malachi starts to leave the ring. It's much cooler when he just stands there and the lights go down and then he's gone.
Yeah, and then he's gone. You don't see the process of him leaving.
Yeah.
So then we got a Darby promo. He says, Nick Wayne, when you first got to AEW,
whoa, buddy.
What?
Where's the Darby Allin voice, please? I didn't come here for nothing.
Nick Wayne, when you first got to AEW, you asked me, why do the fans hate me so much? I told you not to listen to their words because when you're laying on your deathbed, none of the words are going to matter. What did you do? You listen to them. You want to take everything away from me, huh? Well, with a fractured... I sound like Funhouse. Well, with a fractured shoulder, I took away a tooth of yours. When this gets better, I assume he's talking about a shoulder, I'm going to take away a lot more. If you want to find me and say something, I'll be there when Tony Khan gives Sting a special gift on Dynamite.
Yeah, what do you think
it's
a
really
special gift's
special?
gonna be? What do you think a special gift's going to be?
Car.
A special Stinger mobile?
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Yeah, man.
Giant scorpion painted on the hood.
Oh, that'd be awesome. What about a monster truck like the Redeemer?
That'd be good, yeah.
That'd be sick. Not Miro, the Redeemer from
Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they can give Sting a special belt.
Oh, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. That should replace the TNT title. The commemorative title. What
Did
about
you pick Sting to be the TNT champ at the end of the year? Is that why you keep pushing for
that?
that?
Was last year, dude.
Oh, you're late there, buddy.
Year. I am. But I'll feel like a little, look, I'm not going to be able to take a victory lap, but I'll be a little bit ready because he'll have got it before Keith Lee, who was your pick.
Yeah.
That dude ain't ever on TV, man. Where's Keith Lee? Can we get that dude on some milk cartons, please? My goodness, where has that guy been?
Yeah, I know. Then we had Sky Blue taking on Hollywood Haley. Sky Blue wins this, hits Powerbomb, Code Blue to get the win.
What do you think of the Scooby-Doo attire?
Oh, that was cool.
So, like, I thought it was really cool, but, like, it doesn't really fit with her thing now that she's, like, turning into a bad guy because of the mist.
You know, what she should do is keep on wearing the same gear and it starts to, like, fall apart. You know, like get little holes in it. I'm not talking about that, but it starts to get a little frayed. You know, little pieces, like little seams, tastefully. Don't cross any lines, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, all right, this gear is wearing out.
Internet wouldn't be able to handle that, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure I would either. After that, we had the guns.
From a storyline perspective, it would be an interesting idea if someone's like gear is a metaphor for like they're like conditioned, you know, like in terms of with her, she's obviously under the influence of whatever Miss Julia Hart sprays in her face.
Yeah, right.
And have her gear represent like whatever breakdown is going on within her. I think would be cool.
Well, you
but
could
yes,
do
I understand. There's a situation there, a potential situation there. Yes.
Yeah, you're telling me there'd be Lou here has a right. It's do the Superman 3 thing, lower the saturation on the gear.
There you go.
You know, I thought you were gonna say like, you know, I forget who was like, there was always like a main bad, like an old man villain in Scooby-Doo. And so like she would switch her gear to celebrate that old guy.
Well, what she should do is be under someone else's like stuff. She gets unmasked. And then that's when she says,
kids,
I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you darn kids. Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah, there you go. After that, we had the guns, throw them up. Bang, bang, gang. Boom, look at that. And then versus the Outrunners, who are still like awesome. They're great.
They won
right there. Yeah,
Guns
won. And then after that, we had that's right. So like they win, and then Jay White gets in the ring. The lights go down, and then whoever stole MJF's devil mask is on the Tron, and then it just cuts out abruptly. Any more clues now, in your opinion? Sherlock, well, you look like you'd be a good Sherlock Holmes, like an older version of Sherlock Holmes, because they usually go young now, like an old Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Arnold, you were going to say there.
He was a huge Sherlock Holmes fan when he wasn't sticking it to us.
I know. If anybody here is a turncoat as you, try to trade me off to a competition.
Look, man, what's best for business? What's best for business? No, I'm trying to get traded out. out of here.
Oh, hey, that's right. You're pulling the Harden.
I'm gonna go on a tour, and start talking about how you're a weasel.
Are you gonna move to Houston?
Yeah. So who do you think's in that devil mask?
A couple people here in chat are mentioning Malachi. Malachi's seemingly shown no issue with like being the one to step up and just attack somebody.
Yeah, right.
So I don't think it's Malachi.
Is it gonna be some rando? It's gonna be a rando, isn't it?
I hope not.
Do
I hope
you think they even know who it is at this point?
No, probably not.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably their higher power story.
Oh yeah, it's gonna end up being.
It's gonna be Tony Khan under there or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
My already says it's Rob Shit.
Oh my God, it's Rob Shit. Remember him from LA Fights. After that, we had an Orange Cassidy interview. Statlander walks in. She's like, I got to get my pump on. And then she puts Lexi on her fireman carry and does a bunch of squats. This is actually thoroughly adorable.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was.
Then we had a match of the year. Jeff Jarrett versus Eddie Kingston. Had three things that I love, man. Jeff Jarrett, Eddie Kingston, and mustard. And hot dogs, I guess. Yeah.
Do you ever keep your hot dogs bun in the cooler with the hot dog sticker on the front of it?
I can't say I do.
All right.
Can't say I do.
This match was wildly overbooked. It was basically what Jarrett, Singh, Lethal. It was a 5-on-1 match.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It was a 5-on-1 match. Since it was a street fight, no rules, no DQ. It was a 5-on-1 match.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, Eddie just got hit basically with everybody's finish.
Yeah.
And then Jarrett covers him to get the win.
Yeah, it was kind of awesome. It's how every match should go. That's why Jeff Jarrett should be AEW champion right now.
Yeah. I mean, if he could get every match negotiated to be a street fight,
yeah,
he would never lose.
I know. It'd be awesome. I don't know. People need to get more on the Jeff Jarrett train. Like if we got on the Jeff Jarrett train, y'all should too.
Anybody could at this point.
I know. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, obviously Lethal's going to lose that Ring of Honor title match, but this was cool. And we got a great promo from him later with like a lurking medical assistant person. After that, we had an Acclaimed interview. Lexi's like, what's up? And Caster says, you're talking about Battle of the Belts. How about you use a belt on me? And they're like, no, God, don't do that.
Well, she's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, she's so offended. And then Billy's like, look, I'm sorry. He's in this transitional phase, and we're trying to help him through it. On the brighter side, we've been Trios champs for 55 days. So 2.0, Garcia, you think just because you left Jericho's nest, the next step is the Trios title? Nah, I don't think so. He actually did a Stone Cold. He said, yeah. I don't think so. And then Bowen says, based on what I saw on Dynamite, Daddy Magic, you baked potato looking ass couldn't even get on the same page as Garcia, your own tag partner. You better get your head in the game.
After that, we had Action Andretti versus Miro. So CJ Perry makes her entrance first. She goes and sits ringside. It was interesting to see, and I saw it on Twitter before I watched the match. I can't remember who pointed out that every time Miro would get the advantage, CJ seems pleased.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever Action Andretti got the advantage, concern.
Yeah.
Kind of the opposite of what you'd think, given how she's trying to recruit talent.
I mean,
for her manager stable, The
bottom line is she's probably thinking like, Miro, you haven't been home. The grass is like super tall now because you haven't been out there in your thong mowing the grass.
True. Yeah.
There's stuff that needs, there's bills stacking up, usually because, a lot of couples, they sort of separate. Okay, you do this, you contribute this to the household, you contribute this to the household.
Yeah.
She's like, you do the bills and I do the flexible. And you're not taking care of that stuff, man. We got some of the bills that are coming with like big red marks on them.
Oh yeah.
Overdue, Final notice.
Collections.
Hey, that'd be a good idea for a gimmick, like a dude who doesn't pay his bills on time and his finisher is the final notice.
Oh, wow.
Or would that be more of like a collections agency gimmick?
That more be like a collections agency gimmick.
Yeah, probably.
That person get a lot of heat. No one likes getting stuff from collections.
Dude, that is the worst. It's been a while since I've had anything from collections. I'm
yeah, same. They want you to get your act in order. That's what does it.
In your 20s, though, goddamn. Remember that roommate we had who would like never pay his bills?
Yeah, no, I know.
That dude had several notices from the IRS. I was like, that's terrifying, bro. Can't be doing that stuff. Nice guy, though. Anyways, Miro chokes the shit out of this guy here in the end.
Yeah, game over.
Game over for Andretti. Ref calls for the bell. He passes out. And then after that, we had Garcia 2.0 and Anna Jay in an interview. Lexi asks, hey, is this beef squash between Menard and Garcia? And then Anna Jay grabs the mic from her, says, we're on the same team. We're going to win tonight. And Menard says, at 9 a.m., we all had a family breakfast. Everyone's on the same page. We didn't have any dancing. And then Anna's like, nah, we're not having this. And Garcia looks over it all. And then she says, Menard, Garcia, come with me. We're going to settle this. They leave, and then Ruby steps in. And then it looked like her and Parker were about to, like, start making out. She's like, hey, how's it going? You having family problems? I know the feeling. And he's like, after tonight, I'm going to be a champion. And she's like, that's sweet. Now get out of my shot. And he's like, okay.
He's got his comb out.
Yeah, it was very sweet. I don't know. Like, I think Ruby's got a dude in real life, but, like, I think, and it was a couple of years ago, I think she was with, like, Jake something or something like that. I think. Maybe. Somebody like that. Maybe. I forget. Anyways, I'd like that. Them as an item, they'd be a cute couple. Anyways. Probably not going to do anything with it. Ruby says, around here, everyone thinks they deserve a title. Know who deserves a title? Ruby Soho. I'm one of those people. She says, I'm throwing down the gauntlet. I'm going to become champ because it's what I deserve. Wait a second. Back up. What? Here we go. So Lou says she was with Jake something. Fergalicious says, rumor is they're actually dating.
Interesting.
That'd be cool. But if they're not, that's cool too.
Yeah. Then we got the LFI video package. Roosh is laying out the case for, like, he did, like, everything he could to make it, and feels like he's getting passed by, and he's upset about it.
Well, basically the idea is he beat the shit out of Jack Perry so bad they took him off TV. And he's like, I learned English. I altered my style to fit in. But I'm too dangerous. You're sitting me on the sidelines, and I'm like, amen, Roosh. You should be world champion right now. He's awesome.
That match with Jack Perry was great.
Yeah, no, it was awesome because he beat the shit out of him. It was kind of great.
It was kind of great. Then we got Eddie Kingston promo. Steve, do you want to do this?
Yeah, can you do the face of the lady behind him who's, like, trying not to laugh the entire That's exactly it. He says, you want to know why I made you jump through hoops during this title shot? It's because you call a man. This is interesting with Eddie Kingston. He hates when people who are non-familial refer to other people as if they're family. It's because you call a man who's not your blood uncle. How do your mother and father feel about that? The Jay Lethal I remember used to be in love with pro wrestling. The mistress we all love. The woman who'll never love us back. That's all you used to be, you, Jay, until you went and started hanging out with that carny son of a bitch, Jarrett and Sanjay's old lapdog. I used to respect you, Jay, but look what you become. You're not a man anymore, Jay. You're not a pro wrestler anymore. You're Jeff Jarrett's little bitch. Do not bring them out to our fight. God damn you, Jamar. Don't bring them out there. Your mother and your father. Don't bring them out there, Jamar. The thing that's going to break my heart the most, I'm going to have to beat your ass in front of your beautiful mother. You know what the sick thing is? She's going to cry for you, not because I'm beating your ass, but because you deserve it, Jamar. You've lost your way, Jamar. You get your title shot. You better find your way before you come back at me, Jamar. You get your title shot, though, yeah. Meanwhile, she's just back there laughing, or wanting to laugh, laughing on the inside. All right, end scene.
Oof.
Yeah, that was a good one, though. That was a good one. Solid
on the
acting
cheeks.
job. That was, I feel like it was method on your part, man.
It was tough. I had to take myself to a situation where I really wanted to laugh but couldn't. Then we supposed to have FTR versus Bad Thad Brown and Darian Bengston. Hour early in the match, lights go down, they come back up. Malachi's there, they go down again, they come back up. Brody and Buddy are there with them. They attack FTR, and then Brody punches Cash with his cast. He's got a broken hand.
I love when they bust out these wrestlers that look like my career shit. You know, it's like you got the two real wrestlers, and then they got Thad Brown and Darian Bankston, who I don't know, they might be a main event in WrestleMania in 5 years. I don't know.
Entirely possible.
But that shit always makes me laugh.
Oh, I know. Then we got the main event: Claudio and Wheeler taking on Big Bill. I might
Bill
have it as Bill and Ricky Starks. This is a really long match. All led to House of Black interfering.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, they're infecting all of Collision.
Yeah, no, I understand that. It just felt like a little bit too much too soon.
They should do like a doom metal version of that Elton John song that kicks off the show.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
Yeah, or at least it starts off and then it starts to like the tape warp, and then it's like doom guitars.
Did you hear?
Like that.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
That'd work.
It's like
Anyways.
backwards. Yeah,
Yeah, all that. So then House of Black comes down to ringside. Buddy pushes Yuta off the top. He tumbles to the floor. Claudio goes after Buddy, but then Brody clobbers Claudio over the barricade. Bill puts Yuta back in the ring because he's already on the floor. Spears hits him with a spear. Starks hits him with a spear. You can tell he's taking these notes in a hurry.
Good job.
Followed the Rochambeau to get the win. House of Black gets in the ring to stomp on Yuta. Danielson comes to the ring. Well, then House of Black and then Stark starts stomping on him along with Big Bill. FTR comes out to join in the fight. They get overwhelmed by House of Black. Mox music hits. He comes in through the crowd. He lays out Bill on the floor, gets in the ring. House of Black all go after him. That allows FTR and the rest of Blackpool Combat Club to fight back. They all toss House of Black out of the ring. Then Starks is like, all right, we're getting back in there. We're going to fight some more. Mm-hmm. So he's leading the charge, so he thinks, but no one else goes with him, not even Big Bill. Mm-hmm. So he gets in the ring, eats a Shatter Machine and a Paradigm Shift, and then Claudio spins him a bunch as Collision goes off the air, and Cash is like jumping over Starks as he's being spun.
Yeah, Jamar. Where you at, Jamar? Your mother. Where you at, Jamar? Your mother. Oh, man. Anyways, would you like to answer some questions?
Let's answer a handful of questions.
My stomach is rumbling right now.
Really?
I am going to enjoy this breakfast burrito so much. Jamal.
Oh, wow. Leonidas Maximus Titanicus says, Steve, please do not have Luke Owen join the Going in Raw team. Your podcast is a very upbeat, positive show. Luke is known as being Mr. Negativity over at Wrestle Talk. I feel that having Luke on Going in Raw would really bring down the positive mood the show is famous for.
I mean, look, I appreciate that.
Crossed the arms with everything.
I appreciate that. However, Luke Owen is a darling and a sweetheart, and maybe
he is a really nice guy.
Being here, we can influence him and open his mind a little bit, because I feel like that might be just a situation. He just needs some exposure, because they're all sweethearts over there, plus Pete, but like maybe, just maybe, guys like Pete are the ones that are infecting him and influencing him, and he needs some positivity, some good old Yankee positivity, Well, the Yanks, that's what they call us over there. They call us Yanks.
No, I understand.
It's an American thing,
I'm familiar with that, Steve.
Historically speaking. And then on top of that, it kind of doesn't matter because I'm probably going to be going to Deadlock anyways. So, like, it's more going to be like Luke here, and then he's going to be
hold on. The deal is to trade me for Luke. Luke's in my chair. I'm on Wrestle Talk.
Yeah. But then I'm out of here.
But you're getting swapped to
Tony Pizza
Deadlock for Tony Pizza Guy. So Going in Raw is going to be Tony Pizza Guy and Luke Owen.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So there we go.
I'm going to be living on $200 in England somehow.
Right. Yeah. Well, 20,000 pence. Come on.
That's about $200.
Right.
US.
20,000 pence.
$200. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to be, you can stay at home. You don't have to move. They do Deadlock remotely.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. That'd be cool. I just have to shift my camera because they'll look straight on the camera, so I have to shift my camera or shift
the camera,
like this instead of this.
Yeah.
And I think, dude, they're like Impact. I think they do like one pod a week.
They do.
Could you imagine like just doing one? Like just saddle up. What day is it? Wednesday. All right, I'm gonna film this shit, and then 6 more days doing nothing. Be amazing. They're like, hey, part of this we're gonna do travel for these wrestling shows. No.
Not this
That's
guy.
y'all.
You'd be like, I'll take the Ace Steel job. I'll be working remotely.
Oh, man. That's good. Eastside Review says Tony Pizza Guy and Luke Owen. That combo ain't it, Chief. Listen, man, you got to try it to believe it. I love those guys. I think they're so terrific.
Great.
They're so awesome. Tony's the guy who filmed me with the unfortunate Undisputed Era moment.
Yeah.
That was
Tony's the one that introduced us to the AEW wins again.
Oh, dude, so many awesome moments he's introduced us to. He's fucking awesome, both those guys.
Good dude.
I think they might have terrific chemistry, to be honest with you.
You never know.
You start getting used to it.
Disc Golfing Goon says, with Impact changing back to TNA, do you gentlemen foresee a drastic change in direction, such as going back to more edgier feeling product mixed in with WWE nostalgia, or staying pretty much the way it is?
Oh,
I think they're
what
going to
promotion?
take
What
the
promotion?
nostalgic name and
TNA?
just, just they're going to do what they're doing because what they're doing works.
Yeah, same shit. New coat of paint for sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
Jazz, spiced up the product, or jazzed up the product a little bit.
Maybe start filming in front of larger crowds, a little bit larger crowds.
Right.
Yeah.
AJ Otani here with the super chat says the new Repo Man finisher is the eviction notice. I don't know, the eviction, that's going too far. That's going too far. I'd say,
collections is more of a warning thing until you get the notice that your bill's actually been sent to collections. You know your credit's fucked then.
They just ruin your credit. They don't kick you out of houses.
Yeah.
That's like more of like,
That's down the line if you still don't pay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they'll shut off your water and your power, I think.
Yeah, if you don't pay those bills, they will.
Mm-hmm. I should probably load up the question thread here.
Cursed Hawk says, is it time to start to question and complain about the women's division in WWE, not only because they don't showcase women far from it, but more in line, and they continuously showcase the same women and talent in the same feud. For example, Damage Control with Charlotte and Bianca and Asuka.
I disagree with that because on Raw, we've got like a women's fatal 5-way match coming up, and they're all like featured. We're just coming off of Becky versus Trish. They feature, and Becky with the NXT title, which brings people
Becky.
over there.
Yeah, we just had a match with Tegan. She's got a match with Indy tonight.
That's right.
Xia Li wants a match. At least on Raw, they're doing a really good job of trying to get everybody involved.
And I do think they can devote more time to actual women's matches. I think that's probably true. But in terms of like the number of women being featured on the show, I think it's a pretty decent number.
Lord Ziffer says, Rey Mysterio said he has considered Rey versus Dom 2 at Mania next year. Should it be his final match and have it be a hair versus mask? Also, Larson, it was great. Oh, that's right. Lord Ziffer. Saw Lord Ziffer. Chando's on Friday.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that. That's neat.
Oh, yeah. I picked up some food for the family and sitting there. Said,
where was that at?
Chando's Tacos.
Oh, yeah. Is there one near you?
Yeah, there's one on Sunrise.
Oh, that's cool. Right on. Yeah. Eastside Review says, with his recent announcement, was there a question there or did we already answer?
Yeah. Should Ray and Dom 2 be hair versus mask? Absolutely. I think that's got to be the reason why Dom's growing his hair out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Put that hair on the line.
I agree with that. Eastside says, with his recent announcement of retirement, Revolution 2024, what are some of your Sting dream matches? Oh, I'm sorry. What are some of the dream matches you wish he had? I wonder how bad the Undertaker match would have been.
Oh, it would have been something else, man.
Yeah.
We never got him against Phil, did we? Never got him against Cody. That's the match Cody really wanted.
Oh, yeah, that's number one. Yeah, because Cody really wanted it. And he should have everything he wants.
Well, of course. Nikal here says, if WWE were to use 90s rap songs as themes for their pay-per-views, what songs would you give each of the big five, including Money in the Bank? 90s rap songs. I feel like this is in our wheelhouse. This should be a good question for us, Steve.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with okay, so for the Royal Rumble, I'll go with oh no, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Dang.
How about for the Rumble, as Mama said, knock you out, LL Cool J.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
good energy.
I appreciate that the very first thing he says in that is don't call it a comeback.
I've been
even
here for
though
years.
he had released an album 3 years prior.
Yeah.
Like there was no comeback there. He hadn't been gone for like 10 years.
Unless we said don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
But nobody was. There was no reason to assume anybody would. That's good.
All right, so Rumble is... All right, what about Mania? We'll go in chronological order.
The show of shows, the biggest one of them all.
I feel like it has to be something fairly mainstream because that's what WrestleMania is all about, is getting mainstream eyeballs.
Yeah.
Too Legit to Quit by MC Hammer.
I love it. Perfect. Book it. Do it. Too Legit to Quit.
All right, Money in the Bank.
Oh, man.
Someone here said Cream by Wu-Tang. That's good. Cash rules everything around me.
Okay, all right. That's fine. That works. Not a Wu-Tang
All right,
guy.
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. Big party this summer. Oh, man, summertime. Come on.
Oh, yeah. That's good. And then Survivor Series.
Oh, man.
Welcome to the Terradome.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's good.
All right, man, that's a good lineup there.
What a great lineup that is.
That's fantastic.
Summertime.
Summertime. Time to kick back and unwind.
Would Impact's Hard to Kill, would that be the like a DMX song? Wasn't he in the movie Hard to Kill? No, was he in a different one with Steven Seagal? What was the DMX Steven Seagal movie? Or was Hard to Kill just a straight up Steven Seagal movie?
Let's see.
Did we ever confirm that Impact?
Oh, that was from 1990. Yeah, it was just a Steven Seagal movie. Kelly LeBrock's in that one.
Exit Wounds.
Exit Wounds.
Exit Wounds. That's a good name for a pay-per-view. Exit Wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last pay-per-view of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. Let's see here. Devil Survivor says, with the TNA rebranding, do you potentially see any other promotions doing something similar? No, WWE is not going to go to WWF.
Yeah, I don't know who else would.
Yeah, I don't know who else has that in their
I don't know.
In their history.
Justin Sider says Caster and Bowen seem to have all the tools to be main event guys someday. Is their professional wrestling ceiling higher in AEW or elsewhere?
Yeah. Oh yeah, WWE. They're going to go to WWE and they're going to be huge over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it'll reunite because Billy Gunn, he's going to be the back channel.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Is he going to leave that pissant company too?
He should. That's a joke.
It is a joke.
People are going to light us up now. Oh man, this is great. Jesse Helsia says, with Simon Miller getting a match at the Impact pay-per-view against Joe Hendry.
That's so cool.
That is awesome. If given the opportunity, who would you choose to face in a tag match?
Who would we choose to face in a tag match?
I guess we're going to be a tag team. Who's that really old guy who still fights?
Oh shit, Mike Jackson? Is that his name?
Mike Jackson, yeah, I think that's him.
Early morning Guy Steele and Mike Jackson.
Guy Steele looks scary. That's terrifying. I don't want any part of that guy.
But imagine if we're booked to win that match, we're legitimate now.
Like Swoggle, I feel like I'd probably have like.
All right.
Oh, Lou says Zicky Dice and Swinger. Yeah, that could work. Rob Shit. You know what I would want to do? I would want to do like a special Enforcer tribute match. You and me versus Rob Shit and Heavy Metal.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's what I want to do.
That'd be good.
Oh, wow. This is a great question. Chad Knows More says, which wrestler do you think hands out the best candy at Halloween? And what is that candy? Number one, it's full-size candy bars.
Full-size candy bar, yeah. What's the popular stuff these days?
Kit Kats, Twix, Snickers.
Twix are good. I'd say Twix, yeah.
Milky Way. I love a Milky Way. Yeah, man.
Give me a Baby Ruth.
I don't like the ratio of ingredients there.
Yeah, I know. We've had this conversation before. I know.
I don't know. Who's got a lot of money? It'd be like the tribal chief setup, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be.
I love Halloween. But then in order to get the giant candy bar, you got to acknowledge, you got to throw up the one.
Exactly.
Kids, throw up the one. Yeah, the punk one. That's not good enough. Give me at least a Sabu.
Or Macho Man.
Give me a Macho Man. Survivor says, could you see a scenario where TNA can compete with AEW or surpass AEW as number 2?
They need to be on a real broadcast cable network in the primetime slot.
NBC. No, it will be ABC because NBC already has WWE.
Yeah.
So it'd be like ABC or CBS. CBS.
Yeah. Be on Paramount Plus.
Mm-hmm. Blind Mask has a great point. Should AEW have actual title changes in their Battle of the Belts? Yeah, they never do that.
Yeah, because I don't watch them because I know Yale get good wrestling, but nothing really is going to happen.
Right, exactly.
Timemore here says, when you rewatch a match, do you rewatch the pre-match promo video and the entrances, or do you go straight to the match start? I watch both the promo and entrance to get myself hyped for the rewatch. I don't usually watch the promo video, but I'll watch entrances. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what is the question?
If you rewatch a match, do you rewatch the whole match
Oh.
plus entrances and promo video, or just the match itself?
I don't know. I don't really rewatch a whole lot of matches. Like, I don't know under what circumstance I would do that. Like, the only time, like, I watch, like, wrestling not to review it, and, like, it's usually a nostalgia thing. Like, I'll be like, you know what? I want to watch shit that looks like, I want to watch shit that I used to watch in college. So I'd put on, like, some ECW from the 90s or some Nitro or some Thunder or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it takes me back, man. It takes me back when I would deal with mortgages and weird medical issues with my ankles, you know.
Yeah. Don't worry about the dog coming out in me.
Yeah, right. All right. Anyways, that's going to do it for the show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I guess we're not rating anybody because it says the Twitch is down.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, apparently now we can, like, I don't know, like, how to do the dual stream on, like, just regular OBS.
Oh, yeah. Otherwise,
we could do it. Twitch is cool with it.
Yeah, we're clear there.
We're in the clear. So, anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll see. Oh, whoa. Hold the phone. We got one last super chat. Primetime Rambo at the last minute here dropped a $5 on us. Says, who's your favorite thrown together tag team? His will always be X-Pac and Kane. Give me Stone Cold Steve Austin and Dude Left.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. What's yours?
That is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, there you go. All right. That's going to do it. See you around, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Where's the end stream button? Do that.